Now, as we said earlier in the previous episode, we told you that currently what we can warn is that this whole internet outage would not be solved. Would not be solved today, or wouldn't be solved eminently. That is because currently MTN, together with other telco networks who are responsible for transmitting these internet, which are now caught in this crossfire or in this whole cable cut issue, they've brought out a statement, and they are now reiterating that this issue is currently being handled by their technicians. MTN brought this both in Nigeria and in Ghana. They say MTN apologizes for the challenges our customers are experiencing accessing data services and reaching our call center. This is due to a disruption on our international undersea cables. Our technical teams are working with our international partners to resolve the issue. Now, I want you to take a very critical clue or a very critical attention to this particular middle sentence. This is due to a disruption on our international undersea cables. That is where the issue is coming from. And it was followed by our technical teams are working with our international partners to resolve the issue. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused and will keep customers updated. So currently, they are not saying or giving a heads up that, MTN will solve this issue or within the next 72 hours, which is like 3 days to be solved. They are just giving customers an update that this is an update, we are working around the clock to solve it. So yesterday it was quite good. Some services were being accessed, but today is worse. You can't even send an email to someone on WhatsApp, and you can't even access certain websites at all. For the health sector, their apps is running because these are essential sectors which we can't do some because someone will die. We need to get all those services up and running. So MTN have allocated a priority support for the health sector, for the banking sector, and also for the government sector. But for other sectors, it is really down. What we have to ourselves is just WhatsApp and then YouTube. Facebook is currently too down. So yesterday, I remember giving this particular update, there were a lot of people were saying that, hey, it's not just Ghana or Kenya which is experiencing this issue. A lot of people, and currently we are having an update saying that a lot of countries are also experiencing it. In fact, an update which is coming from Pulse Ghana and also Bloomberg News in the United States of America is confirming that all these African countries on the screen are experiencing this. In fact, they've even given a high ranking red flag or a low flag. That kind of range. So let's put this on the, as you can see on the screen. Among the countries affected by this internet outage, Ivory Coast. Now, Ivory Coast, they are telling us that it is very severe. That's why you see severe there. Liberia. So Liberia's own is very high. Benin too is very high. Ghana too is very high because I'm in Ghana. Burkina Faso too is very high because Burkina Faso is just our neighboring country. At the top, and Togo is just behind, and they are saying Togo's internet issues is pretty medium, so it's not high in comparison to Ghana. And also Cameroon too, they are saying Cameroon too is very it's medium. So Togo and Cameroon, they are having the same spectrum or the same severity of case. Gabon too is medium. Namibia is medium. So you realize that the first 6 or so countries, most of these countries are in the West African state, that's the ECOWAS. So most of the African states are experiencing these kind of issue. But then we are now learning from this particular report, or this particular list which has been provided and been updated, that many countries, and even those in the East Africa and even those in the South African part of the continent, all of these people are also experiencing this internet issue. That's why we see Namibia, and it's saying that Namibia is also experiencing this issue. But in terms of severity, DS is kind of medium. And Niger, which is in West Africa, is also suffering an internet outage, but DS is also medium. Now Nigeria is quite good because Nigeria is quite low. Now Nigeria DS will be low because they have alternative networks like Glo. Glo is very huge in Nigeria, and we understand that Glo is not also suffering from this internet outage. So currently they have like a backup plan for the internet outage in Nigeria. And also Lesotho. I think Lesotho is a South African country, or is a country in the southern part of Africa. They are also suffering from this issue, and also but their impact is also low. And South Africa is also suffering from this issue, but their impact is also low. So currently, this is the whole list, or this is the updated list of the countries that is suffering from this whole internet issue, and it's very sad. We are just hoping that something needs to be done. So for the updates, you understand that telco giants like MTN and co are working round the clock to make sure they can solve this issue. And then with this particular list which has been updated, currently we can only hope for the best, because prayers don't solve this issue. These are technical issues. Going to church and fasting won't solve this issue. These are technical issues. If you believe you pray, it can do any help, you can, but I don't think prayer can do anything in this particular instance. And as I was saying in our first episode, I believe this is a wake-up call to many African countries, and also the whole African Union, or the whole African state as a union, to bring out alternative networks. Now, this wouldn't happen in the United States of America because they have satellites. Okay, they have internet satellite like Starlink up in the air. So if their cables underneath the sea gets crumpled or gets torn, they have Starlink to rely on. And even currently, Starlink is experiencing sending data directly to cellular devices like phones, tablets, and laptops. So you can browse your phone without even putting in a SIM card and just relying on Starlink services. So this should just prompt you and tell you how, these kind of foreign companies, or the Americans, have really sped up or improved or transitioned from the natural or the olden day under cable fiber, and they are now up in the sky. And we can't catch up with them eminently, but what we can do is to learn from them to solve these kind of issues. And Japan is also following suit. China is already doing it, and Russia is already even in the same club. So currently, this is exactly what is really happening. This internet issue is really causing issues. Businesses are closed. Businesses which rely on internet are now suffering, and also content creators are also now crying because most of their websites are not accessible. But as it is now, this is a natural phenomena. It's not more like a natural phenomenon, but you can't really do anything about it. We can only hope and pray. I say pray, maybe hope for the best in this particular case. So let us know what you think. Where are you watching me from? Are you experiencing these kind of issues in your country? And also, if you are an African in the diaspora, what do you think we need to do? Do you think this is indeed a wake-up call for us to bring alternative networks come together and start forming or start bringing formidable ideas on how we can create our own network and not rely on foreign partners, just like what MTN said in their press statement to their customers, that they are relying on foreign partners to solve the issue? Do you think Africa should start building its own satellites, internet satellites, and going into the orbit? Ghanaians in the diaspora and also Africans in the diaspora, let us know what you think about this particular huge issue that has hit the African continent. More updates will be given to you. Thanks for watching.